Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I am Martina Lily and today we are putting to the test the new Viseart Sireneuse, I think that's how you pronounce it, Etendu palette. I am so excited. I've just finished swatching this and the swatches have blown my mind. They are beautiful. So I am so excited to put this on my eyes and put it to the test. So hopefully that sounds interesting to you guys. If it does, go ahead and do the YouTubey things like subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. So I'm going to give you guys the quick palette details first, and then we will swipe into swatches, and then I will do a look. There will be timestamps down below if you only want to see certain parts, and everything I use on my face today will be linked in the description box as well, and they are affiliate links, so if you shop through them, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I do want to do a 3 looks one, like a video doing 3 looks with this palette is what I'm trying to spit out, but I don't have time today and I really want to get the swatches up for you guys because I know a lot of you love to see those. So today we'll do the swatches and a look, and then I am going to very shortly upload a 3 looks with this palette as well because I want to try every shadow in here truly. So this is the Viseart Sireneuse Etendu palette, and it's the same size as the Cashmere Charmeuse, or very similar, but this one's actually a bit thicker, and the palette size, the pan sizes, sorry, are the same as say the Cashmere Charmeuse size, so you can interchange them. That's the good thing about Viseart palettes, is you can just easily pop the pans out and switch them around and create your own dream color stories, but just the actual palette itself is a bit thicker than normal. And you don't get a mirror in this one, which I don't personally mind because I don't never use a mirror in my palettes. So you're going to see this untouched in a second in the swatches. I've already got my grubby mitts all over this. You also get the outer carton that it usually comes in with all of like the shade names and everything on the back. I apologize if you can hear outside like mowing and stuff, but the show's got to go on today. So the palette is 69 Australian dollars, about 44 USD. You can get it off Beautylish, you can get it off the Viseart website directly, and I would say you will be able to get this on sale shortly for the Black Friday sale on their website, and I'm pretty sure they ship worldwide or to almost every country, including Australia for my Aussies, but I'll have everywhere you can get it linked down below. And this palette is inspired by the Legends of the Night Sea and Poseidon's Starlit Kingdom. So it says it's your odyssey into oceanic crystalline enchantment, embodying wild winter luxury and mythical majesty. And honestly, with that description of an inspiration, I feel like they've nailed it. I really do. I feel like they have absolutely nailed it with this color story. I'm gonna wait to put this on the eyes and see how it performs, but this might be my favorite Viseart palette because the shades in here, they scream my name. They are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I was looking at their website trying to see if I could find any info around, like, I don't know if this is new formulas for them, but I feel like it is because these metallics feel more luxe, and like their shadows are already impeccable. I truly love Viseart's formula. I think it's beautiful, but these metallics and everything, they feel more luxe, and even these mattes, they feel more creamy and buttery than their normal formula again, so I'm excited. All right, now we're going to swipe into these swatches and then we will zoom in and do the look. You guys are zoomed in nice and close, 4K, no filters. You know the deal. I'm having a really hard time picking which shade I want to use because I love them all. The ones that are specifically calling my name right now is this one, and this one, but I also really love this one and this one. And I love the tones and the mattes in here. I'm loving it. All right, I'm gonna prime with my Sigma Beauty Eye Primer. Don't mind this little scratch here. I stabbed myself in the eye with my nail. What else is new? Okay, so first up, I'm going to take this 200 Lethal Cosmetics Fluffy blending brush and just go into the bone colored shadow here and just lightly kind of fluff that through the crease here, just setting the primer slightly through the crease. I'm really sorry if you can hear background noise. I hope it's not too annoying. Now I'm going to pick up this BK Beauty 503 and I'm going to go into this shadow right here. And I'm also going to pop this through the crease for our transition shade. There is a bit of kick up with these shadows. That's quite normal, I find, for a Viseart formula. And if you are new to Viseart, they're quite a beginner friendly eyeshadow formula. They're very soft and buildable, and they're just very easy to blend, and they're very forgiving on the lids. I have so many Viseart palettes. I actually recently did a eyeshadow palette collection tour and a bit of a declutter while I was at it. I'm just going to pack this on this outer corner too. So if you want to see all the other Viseart palettes I own, check out that video. This is a nice transition shade actually, especially if you're my skin tone. I just love the colors that they've put in this palette. They're really just my vibe. I'm so excited for it. I was excited when I saw it drop, but then to get it in person, I'm like gobsmacked at how beautiful it is. I'm going to pick up a Rephr one now, and I'm going to go into a little bit of this shadow first, just a small amount. And I'm just going to lightly fluff this through the crease softly. And I'm picking up a Rephr 14. I'm going to go into a little bit of this matte, which I really like the shade of this like cool tone grey brown. So pretty. And again, just going to deepen through the crease here and the outer corner. These are performing exactly how I would expect a Viseart matte to perform, just absolutely beautiful. And you can see how they're not like, even though this is super dark in the pan, it doesn't apply so intense. So it really is that nice kind of beginner friendly formula. Just taking a little bit more of this shade with that Rephr one, and I'll just do this. And then back into that charcoaly grey brown. We'll do this. That is really nice. Really nice. I like this a lot. A lot. No intensifiers on this eye, but we will put pat intensifiers on this eye. If you're new here, I use this for every look. It just really helps my hooded eyes, like the metallics, stay on better and like stop any fallout from like blinking and stuff. And I just love it. First up, I'm going to pick up my Sonia G Builder Pro, and I'm going to go into a little bit of this one. This one really calls my name. It's so pretty. And I'm going to just pack this on the outer part here. So this side doesn't have any intensifiers, and this doesn't seem to be adhering well with a brush at all. So let me take this. There we go. Definitely use your fingers if you're not going to use like a glitter glue or something. Oh, that is pretty. If you don't have intensifiers, you could also just use like concealer or like just wet your brush or something. That's a pretty shade. Oh, stop it right now. All right, I'm gonna pick that Sonia G Builder Pro up again because it should, yeah, there you go, adhere perfectly to the intensifiers, look at that. Now some people might see that and be disappointed and be like, oh, I shouldn't need intensifiers. I mean, that's personal preference. I personally like that in a formula because if I want something more subtle, I can use without, and if I want something more amped up, I can use it with. So just depends on your thoughts and your preferences. I kind of like that it's a bit more versatile like that. Now for the rest of the inner lid, I want to go in with this shadow. I'm just going to take that on my finger straight away for the eye without the intensifiers. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that shade. That's gorgeous. Oh wow, I like that shade. It's, without the intensifiers, it's more like a metallic satin. That's pretty. So it's very subtle, or a lot more subtle I should say, without the intensifiers. Now let me pick up a Rephr 28 and I'll go into the same shade and we'll do it with the intensifiers on the other side. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Oh, I like that. That's so nice. I actually think I even nearly like this shade more without the intensifiers. Pretty. Very pretty. I will say though, this gunmetal, it's not adhering on this eye as well without that intensifiers. So I do think you'll want to have a base there of some sort. And I do have quite a bit of fallout, so you might just want to make sure you do your eyes first. Could also just be me not being lazy and like not tapping my brush off enough, because I am doing my eyes first, so I don't really worry too much about it. So you can definitely tell the difference with the intensifiers and without the intensifiers, but again, you might prefer this. Like this is going to be really nice as well for like a more mature lid because it's going to be non-texturizing. It's just going to depend on your preference, right? So I'm just going back into that Rephr 14 and we'll go into this like grey brown, and I'll just marry here. While we're here, I think it's only fitting that we put Bobbi Brown Fog on the top waterline. I think it's going to be a perfect match. Now I'm going to do the speed through of my base makeup up until bronzer, and then we will come back, we'll finish the eyes, and we'll do blush, highlight, and lips together as well. So let's do it. So we have up until brows and bronzer on. Let's finish our lower lash line. I'm just going to take, actually I'm going to mix these two shadows together with my mini Rephr 13, and I will buff that underneath here. And then I just have my little pencil brush and we'll go into a small amount of this like charcoaly brown. Pretty. And then Sonia G pencil brush, I'll take a small amount, I think, of this one for the inner corner, just a really small amount. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Nice. Oh, that looks pretty. I definitely like the intensifier side better, and I think it's adhering to my eyes better as well. I wonder if that's my eyelid today though, which I know is going to sound like an excuse and like I'm biased towards a brand. I'm not They don't know who I am. It's fine. I paid for it with my own money. It's just that sometimes my lids get really dry to the point where eyeshadow doesn't really adhere, or it's the metallic. But that's why we're going to do a 3 looks as well, because we'll know by the end of that. So I'm going to take my Patrick Ta cream liner for my lower waterline. I've been really liking this. And then I'm just going to take this little YSL mascara that I've got and just pop a little bit of this on. So that is the eyes complete. I still think they look really pretty. Honestly, I really do. When I ordered the palette from Beautylish, I picked up the Danessa Myricks Dew Wet Balm. So I'm going to try this for highlighter today. It's just literally clear. You can get shades of this, but I like a clear one. And it is kind of sticky. So we'll see how this goes. I think this is like for those that, yeah, probably want that like real dewy glass skin. I definitely need to set that though, because it is a little bit sticky, but it does look lovely and natural. So I'm going to set it with my Lancome one. I got that too because I'll do a full face of Danessa Myricks soon, so I wanted to try it. Oh, but putting the powder over the top, it makes it go intense. I like it. I am going to take Pat McGrath Labs Alluring Nude. So I just like draw it on the back of my hand here. I'm just going to pick up this Sigma F43 and I just kind of like stamp the product in and then lightly. Perfect. That is pretty. I'm going to set that with a little bit of Giorgio Armani shade number 10, just with a Smashbox cheek brush. I love these. I still just love these Giorgio blushes. They're so beautiful. That's perfect. Perfect. Lip liner, I'm going to take Tom Ford Irresistible. And then I'm going to take the Hourglass Satin Unlocked Lipstick in Tide. I like that. And just a little bit of Rephr Taupe Gloss. Oh yeah. All right, let me go do hair and everything and we'll zoom out and wrap this up. All right, my friends, this is the finished look using the Viseart Sireneuse Etendu palette. What do you think? I honestly think it looks really pretty. And actually, FYI, between when I did my lip and now, it's been 2 hours because I actually had to run and go to some meetings. And so this is kind of still what it's looking like after a couple of hours. So it's still looking really lovely, just FYI. All right, what do I think of this palette? One, the color story. I actually think this might be one of my favorite, if not my favorite color stories from Viseart. It's beautiful. The shades in here just, they call my name. They just call my name. They are such me shades, so I love them, and including the mattes. The mattes performed beautifully, beautifully. Very softly pigmented, so very, very beginner friendly, or for those of you that don't want, like, say that Natasha Denona kind of matte formula where it's like really, really pigmented and you just need to tread carefully. You know, these are a lot softer than that, so you can like really build them up and you've got a bit of a wiggle room. The metallics are lovely. I will say the ones that I used today, they definitely performed much better with the Pat McGrath Labs Intensify stick down on versus the side that didn't. And like the inner shade performed lovely. It was just a bit softer, which again, personal preference. I like that you can tailor it. But the outer kind of like silver charcoaly metallic, it did have a little bit of trouble like adhering without kind of having that Intensify sticky base. So I'll keep an eye on that over the next like 3 looks that I do for that video, and how the other metallics perform. So keep a lookout for that 3 looks 1 palette video to kind of see if it is the formula of some of the metallics, or if it's actually, sometimes like I said, my lids can get really dry and eyeshadow just won't adhere to them very well. So I'm not quite sure with that yet, but it did, like with the intensifiers, and when I sprayed the brush, it like was really lovely. I still think both eyes look gorgeous though, personally. So yeah, I really, really like how the look has turned out. I love the color story. I love the quality, especially the quality of the matte so far. So yeah, I mean, I think if it's a color story you are really interested in, I personally, so far from what I've experienced, I recommend it. That's kind of my initial thoughts with the palette. I'm interested to see what you guys think. Have you picked the palette up? Are you thinking of picking the palette up? Let me know. Let me know. I'm interested to see what you guys are thinking. All right, that is it. If you're watching till this point, you know you're an absolute legend. Thank you so, so much. I truly appreciate you. Extra special shout out to my Lily absolute legends and all my channel members here. Thank you for supporting my channel, and I hope you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.